my city, for instance, in the middle of America, we're not near an ocean, we're not near the mountains, but we, in 2018, saw an event that over 3.5 hours, we saw 10 inches of rain dumped on our city and caused immediate flooding in areas that we never imagined would flood. And it overwhelmed, our storm sewer system. Our whole streams and creeks were flooding all over the place. Then, a few months later, we see a new term that I hadn't ever heard before, a derecho, which is sort of an inland hurricane. And so we saw, what some people would call a level 3, level 4 hurricane force winds sweep through our whole central area of the United States in Iowa, in Des Moines, 120 miles an hour. They picked up even more, up to 140 miles an hour as it moved on further to the east. We had never seen events like that. And then all of a sudden, this last winter, we saw another one. Now, it wasn't quite as heavy a winds. They were only near 100 miles an hour, as opposed to that 120, 140. But these are events that I have never seen in my lifetime, and I know that my parents never did either. We worried about tornadoes, but not straight line 30 mile an hour or 30 mile wide storm events that are coming by and just blowing down everything. I mean, we had thousands and thousands of truckloads of tree debris and stuff, damage coming off of houses and buildings and power lines down, and in some cases, people didn't have power for 2 weeks after this kind of event. Again, this is in the middle of the continent. This isn't, out on the extremes, and I don't believe that in anybody's lifetime that Des Moines is going to be under water like some of the coastal cities or some of the island states. So they have a different set of circumstances. But we all are seeing the consequences. And so we're all moving together and working together. So as I think about what we have to share and the things that we have to do here, it's all of us thinking together, working together, going back to where we live, contacting all levels of government and saying, we're all in.